So, declaration of opening of tonight's special council meeting, 13th special council meeting, 13th May 2026. Our declaration of opening is made at 5:15 PM, which was the advertising scheduled start time. Item number 2 is on page 5 of our agenda, is opening procedures. So 2.1 is acknowledgement of country. The Shire of Northam acknowledges the continuing connection of Aboriginal people to country, culture and community, and embraces the vast Aboriginal cultural diversity throughout Australia. On the land of the Ballagong, Noongar and Wadjuk Noongar people where we meet, we acknowledge and pay respect to their elders past, present and emerging. Item 2.2 is recording the council meetings. Members of council are aware and members of the gallery are advised this meeting is being live streamed and audio recorded. It is made available on the Shire of Northam's YouTube channel. If members of the public would like to have access to the recording of this meeting, they can do so by the Shire of Northam website. Item number 3, attendance. 3.1, attendees are the councillors as usual from left to right. Welcome Councillor Williams, welcome Councillor Hughes, welcome Councillor Mancelli. President Antonio, that's myself, is here. Welcome Councillor Girac, welcome Councillor Ryan, welcome Councillor Bigland. I don't know why I look at the names because I know everyone, but that's all right. All the staff as listed are here. We have the Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Terling, Executive Manager Engineering Services, Mr. Devsich, Executive Manager Development and Community Services, Mr. Hunt, Executive Manager Corporate Services, Mr. Street, Manager Governance and Risk, Ms. McCall, Governance and Risk Officer, Ms. Blase. So we go to item 3.3 on page 6 is 3.2 is apologies, is nil. 3.3 approved leave of absence, that is nil. 3.4 absent, that is nil. Item number 4 is disclosure of interest. We've received 1 today. Now this is the next meeting, so I apologise. There's no declarations of interest. If there is, any councillors can do it as the item comes up. Item number 5, public questions. I'll just read this out so everyone's well aware. As this is a special council meeting, in accordance with Regulation 7.4b of the Local Government Administration Regulations 1996, council is not required to answer questions that do not relate to the purpose of the special council meeting. And I don't have any questions from the public. Item number 6 is receiving of petitions, presentations and deputations. 6.1 petitions is nil. 6.2 presentations is nil. Item 6.3 on page 8, deputations, it is nil. Item number 7 is applications for leave of absence, that is nil. Item number 8 is items brought forward for the convenience of those in the public gallery. There's 1 item, so we'll just deal with that as we go ahead. We are now on page 9. Item number 9 is special items. 9.1 is 2026 local government extraordinary election. Before I ask the questions, can I just ask the CEO or the governance manager just to give a brief explanation, please?
Yeah, so as council is aware, former councillor Holden resigned from council. So essentially, under the Local Government Act, if it doesn't fall within the, certain provisions in terms of being excluded from being to hold an extraordinary election, the council must do so under the Act. And unfortunately, we're several months out of that time frame. So we're officers are proposing to appoint the electoral commissioner to conduct the election. Obviously, it's an extensive process, so we don't have the ability to run that in-house, and the costs are presented in the report, which have been factored into the 26-27 budget. It is ran at an at-cost structure, so if council only received 1 nomination and didn't need to go to the full election process, then the costs would be less than what is outlined in the report.
Thank you for that explanation. Firstly, it's a new item. Is there any questions from councillors? Councillor Williams?
First question is, there's absolutely no leeway for even the minister to The other one is what
And the
happens,
answer for the, sorry, for the capital.
and what happens if there are no nominations?
If there's no nominations, there was just no try and answer that. There was one of the Wheatbelt councils that just advertised today that they had no nominations, and they stated in accordance with the Local Government Act they need to restart the process. So in that case, we'd have to restart the process. If I got that correct.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I've received a number of inquiries as well in the election process, so.
But it's a good question. Further questions, councillors? Yeah, councillor Hughes?
Some recommendation where it says through the election, together with any other election or poll which may be required, is that only referring to in this election? Or anything during not 2026?
It's referring to this election, but that is the specific wording provided by the Electoral Commission that we must use for endorsement. Yeah.
Yeah, councillor Mandelli?
Mr President, in the letter from the Electoral Commission, they stipulate quite categorically that the city provides, we're not a city yet, I wish we were, the city providing all other election officers to assist in the conduct of the election. Do they reimburse those people that are involved?
No, so essentially, the Shire can opt for them to provide electoral staff to count the votes. In the past, we have opted to provide those for the Shire, and it's just been budgeted through the usual salaries.
Right, okay. So, just a supplementary question, they've indicated a cost of $32,000 and they want you guys to work on behalf of the council and get remunerated by them. Yeah, so they only want one returning officer and that's it. I think it's, yeah.
Sorry. Further questions, councillors? I think you've answered this because in the item 1, it states the Electoral Commissioner. So the wording, we don't have to put the Western Australian Electoral Commission or Western Australian Electoral Commissioner. Just to clarify that, is that the wording was provided, just Electoral Commission without WA or Western Australia?
So we've essentially taken the wording from their letter provided in attachment 9.1.1, which was their advice to use, which is the standard wording we've used in the past as well.
Yeah, thank you.
To clarify that as well, I think it's only the WA Electoral Commissioner that does local government elections. The Australian Electoral Commission doesn't do local government elections, so that's why it's probably referenced to only the Electoral Commissioner.
Thank you. Further questions or clarifications? So then we've got the recommendation on page 12, which Councillor Mancelli is moving, Councillor Hughes is seconding. Is there anyone likely to speak against? So all those in favour by a show of hands? That's 7-0, that's carried. So we're going to start the process of the 2026 extraordinary election. So then we go to page 16 of 16. Item number 10 is matters behind closed doors, that is nil. Item number 11 is motion to which previous notice has been given, is nil. Item number 12, urgent business approved by decision, that is nil. Item number 13 is declaration of closure, is made at 5:23. Thank you.